So go ahead and find some space for yourself and just start shuffling back and forth here. Stay light on your feet. Don't keep your hands up in front of your face. Then as we're going, let's just throw out some light straight punches. You know, uppercuts and hooks and things like that, start throwing those out. Good. All right, now we're just going to be throwing up knees as high as we can, going left and right. Good. Now we're kicking out with the full leg, extending that foot out. Nice. And let's go ahead and just start swinging those shoulders, those arms around forward. And let's go back. And just into the neck, rolling around one direction. And other direction. And let's go into those wrists. Those wrists loosened up. Going around just one direction. Who we got? Who we got? What's up, Brian?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good to see you, man.
You too.
All right. Rolling those wrists around. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get in that fighting stance. So, making sure we have our weight evenly dispersed between our legs. All of our body facing forward with our hips and our shoulders. Elbows in tight, hands up high. Now, all we're going to be doing is keeping everything in really tight here, so my elbows cinch into my body, my hands come really close in, and I'm just going to be rotating here with my hands up. The more those arms come off of you, the more drag and resistance there's going to be. So keep the whole body tight, hips and shoulders rotate over, and my eyes stay facing forward. Okay? Go ahead and work on that at your own speed. Too busy living big, too busy shaking all my lips and shit. I never did. Try to on all my whips. Ain't let me hold my bitch. Ain't let me hold my kid. Can't even hold my bitch. Oh, that's your damn that your damn. How could you let them? Then I always try to take advantage of it. Pay for the sweet kids. Lay back and call your big kid. Okay. So time real quick. Let me say something. So which one is the main one? Okay, yeah. All right, so what we want with our arms here, think about putting on like an extra layer of shield on top of your ribs, okay? So we don't want our arms out here, right, away from my body like this. Even though they're close and my hands are technically up, they're available to defend, which is good. But they're not ready to take a hit, and they're not really helpful for me being smooth and economic in my motion, right, as I'm rotating. Again, the more my elbows and my hands come off of my body, the more resistance there's going to be. So go ahead and try to put your arms out like this, like a cactus, okay? And rotate back and forth like that. Okay? And you can feel how much drag there is, okay? Now do the opposite of that. All the way in, right? Okay, like a vacuum sealed bag around you. Now rotate there. Okay. And that's how, with my arm, I'm going to defend a body shot or something like that. Boom, is with my arm really tight onto my ribs and my gut there to just be another layer, basically, of protection there. So as we're rotating here, keep those elbows in tight as the body defense and your hands ready as your head defense. Okay? Keep rotating. Good. Get those shoulders up, chin tucked down, hands still stay up by the face. Good job, good job. Okay, cool. All right, so now we're going to just add an extension onto that rotation. And I really want you guys to feel how the extension is going to be the kind of added on to the end of our rotation, right? Okay, so it's my rotation drives and then it comes out into my arm, right? It's not necessarily going all at the same time. It's kind of a chain reaction, all going out, ending in that fist coming, okay? So what's gonna happen is I rotate, and the side that's rotating forward, my arm goes from tight on my body, right, where it was before, to slowly starting to go out forward, right? My pinky and elbow stay pointed towards the ground, and then my fist flips over, okay? My other hand is still up by my face and on my body, defending myself. I immediately snap back, right? And then it's gonna be going into that other one. So my rotation will be this, right, left, and then my arms will just go here, boom, 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 right? So I feel my rotation sending that arm out, and it stays very tight within my silhouette the whole time, okay? Just reach out with the open hand for now. So go ahead and work on that, just like this. Watch you guys. Make sure those hands are coming right back to your face, Brian. Nice. Okay, great. All right, guys. So the two big parts of our punch are going to be our rotation and our drive. Okay. So what we're working on there is our rotation. How to create energy without having to move a lot. We have to rotate to do that, right? Because I can't wind up for things. So I rotate and I can create energy. The other way I'm going to add energy and power behind this is going to be by pushing off the ground. Oh, okay. So especially with my back foot, right, I can do that because it's behind me. But with my front foot, I can kind of drive into these a little bit as well. So as I rotate, I'm going to be pushing in with both my feet and adding on to that power. So I push in, boom, and then I push in, boom. So each of those extensions that I do has the power of the earth beneath me that I'm pushing into my opponent, right? I'm trying to channel that immovable object and put some stiffness behind my punches with it, okay? So whether you're working on, well, actually, let's just keep working in the air, but I just want you guys to feel that push from your feet as you do it. So, oh, 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 oh. Go ahead and keep working on that on your own. Drive into each of those. And let's go ahead and make a fist as we do it if you're not already. Good, keep working on that. Just get a lot of repetition in, feeling those punches go out. Nice. Okay, now time. All right, so this is really good. You guys are all getting a couple really good kind of spurts of this rotation driving into these. And so now I want you to get a small little section of really tying them together, okay? So what I mean by that is as my one, or my left, or as one of my punches recoils, that rotation should send in my other one, right? So there shouldn't be any lag between it. It should be boom, 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 boom. You see how they flow very smoothly into one another, okay? But we still want to have drive on all of them, right? So that's why we're going to take it slow and try to feel, but still tying them together seamlessly and making my rotation all work together, okay? Because we'll work on some combos and we want to go boom, 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 right into one and the other punch without these lags or spaces for them to react in between, okay? So when I say go from your fighting stance, we're all just gonna throw nonstop, at whatever speed you want, but nonstop, 1, 2, 1, 2, until I say time, okay? Ready, hands up, and go. Tie them together seamlessly, perfect, good job. And time, good, ready? And go. Drive into each one with your feet. And time. And stay ready. I'm going to watch you guys closely this time. And go. Great. And time. Nice. Okay. So, beginning to move while you're striking. Say if I come in with a good combo, it might drive someone back a little bit, right? Especially if I'm strong and overwhelming with it, they might be moving back or trying to dodge or whatever it is, right? So if I just go wah, 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 while I'm standing in place, then the target's going to be gone, right? So I need to be able to move my feet as I strike. So we're just going to work on basic forward and backward movement as we do that, okay? So there are really like specific ways you can kind of tie together your movement. So I'll show you very slowly how I might move if I were throwing a bunch of combos and kind of driving with my feet together. I would want to be kind of stepping with each of my strikes with these really small micro movements. So I get my feet to move just at whatever pace my hands are moving at. So I can go and then be quickly adjusting and driving back and changing as I need to, okay? So that's what you want to focus on is small movements because you can put a lot of those in there and you can adjust them very quickly while you're moving in a fast fight, okay? So we're going to do this at whatever pace you need to work on it, but all we're going to do is we're going to do a sprawl, okay? So I go down, my hips go down to the ground, I come up right into my fighting stance. See how my feet were already ready there? Then I go punches. I drive in my punches. I sprawl. And I'm doing the same thing, driving back. Sprawl. Okay? So getting into a kind of flow and a sturdiness with your movement while you're still moving and striking is the goal here. Not speed or really even wearing yourself out. Working on the actual movement and punches this, okay? So you guys can go ahead and we'll start that if you have enough space, and I'll call time, and we'll add some other things into it, okay? Go. If you want to add if you know other strikes and want to add that, that's fine too. Good job. Keep it up. Let's throw some music on here.
Yeah, Valentine's in the morning with a phone that follow me. Yeah, with all that money on your head, baby, check it from your phone, yeah, follow me. Yeah, wait a minute, GPS another time with a phone that follow me. Yeah, with all that money on your head, baby, check us on your phone, yeah, follow me. What about I finish it? What about I finish it? Put it like August, turn out my window. What about my hands? My new utensils, oh, just be gentle when we screaming at this.
And time. Okay, that looks great, you guys. So now we're going to do it again with a little more urgency on our movement there, okay? So we might do a little bit shorter. Oh, someone else joined in? Darren, maybe? We might go a little bit shorter if we need to, but we're gonna kind of do a movement as if we saw an opportunity and we're bursting into overwhelm, right? So say maybe you caught them with something, say in like a one-on-one fight, you caught them with something, you see an opening, and then now you're going in for the finish. So maybe they're stumbling back and you need to rush in there, right? With strikes, with aggression. And then in the other case, right, you are retreating, but still keeping some strikes coming out and kind of a fence of weapons that they can't get through as easily, right? And so neither of these are necessarily going to be non-stop strikes as you do it in real life. But here we can go ahead and practice that so we're able to keep that pressure up. In reality, it might be backing up and then pop, pop, throwing a couple jabs out or something like that. But we'll go ahead and work this same drill a little bit faster, a little bit more urgency on it, okay? Wait for my go. Go ahead and watch me do it one time real quick. I'm gonna go back and forth. Okay, let's go. Yeah, keep it up. Good job, guys. Keep it up, keep it up. No, you're still going. I'm just watching you guys. Nice. Bring that aggression into it, guys. Bring that aggression in now. Great job. And time. Okay. Great work. If you need to grab a sip of water or something, go ahead and get that. I'm gonna get some. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do a quick ab exercise here before we go on to some other combos. So we're gonna be doing a mix of flutter kicks, and then I don't really know what this other one is called, but so we're gonna have our hands under our butt. Okay? We're gonna be doing little flutter kicks, and then we're gonna bring our feet back and try to push up. Okay? So just as much of that as you can do, the main thing is that big crunch that you're doing at first. So if it's just a crunch there, where you pull your legs up, that's fine. But if you can, try to push those feet up in the air and use the hands under your butt as support to do that, then hit that as well. Okay? So we'll just do 3 rounds. We're doing flutter kicks. I say go, and we pull the legs in and kick it up, and then right back to the flutter kicks. All right, a thumbs up if that makes sense. Great. Okay, cool. Let me get some music going here. Okay. Ready? And flutter kicks, start. Go. 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 Good. Rest for a second.
Put my hand above my head and fell on top and run on sins.
Good job, y'all.
We don't win it, peel top to me, your business. We all right to kill kids and we go real.
All right, round 2.
I ain't home, I ain't them. No more friends and no more trees and photo 10 and photo list. No, this
Go.
shit. Photo 5, woe is me. Photo wrist, nigga, pimp, beaming up, clean as fuck.
Go.
Chill for niggas, making like look clipper niggas, helping niggas, tip top clipper niggas, just
Go.
side to side. You get the nigga, to be honest, you gon' miss a nigga. Twist it
Go.
up. Your bitch might kiss a nigga, witch a nigga, get specific. Big ass
And time.
yo, listen shit, and yo, if it isn't this cause.
Great work. Hope you feel burn a little bit.
Both niggas, they mob like Carter sing. From far away, all my niggas like, damn. Love a life above a reason, just can't find it like it does. People catch that vibe.
Right. Last round. Go. Sir.
Oh my God.
Go. 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 Finish strong, keep going, go. And time. Nice work, everybody. Virtual high five to you. Okay, so let's move on to some combos. If you need to grab any water, Go ahead and hit that real quick. I'm gonna throw my gloves on because I'm gonna be hitting the bag. Okay. We'll just start with some basic combo work. So we already worked on our 1-2s, all right? So now what we're just gonna do is a 1-2, 3, 2, okay? So 3 is gonna be our left hook coming in. So it's gonna be jab, cross, hook, cross, right? 1, 2, 3, 2. When we're throwing my hook, we want our arm up, right? And my elbow up as well to get around the defenses. If my elbow's down, then their arm that's up trying to block me is going to block me a lot easier. If I get my elbow up, not only do I supply power and structure behind my punch, but I get nice and clean around their defenses and clock them right across the jaw on the button, right where their jaw meets, okay? So I rotate through hard, and I get my arm up, and I lock my wrist nice and strong because it's coming in at a weird angle. So I got to make sure it's nice and tight as it hits. So before we do the combo, go ahead and just practice a couple of your lead hook. So me, that's my left. So your left hook, go ahead and practice a couple of those in the air or on the back. Go. While we're at it, go ahead and work on that right hook. Good. All right, guys. So really big, important part of the hooks is making sure that my body weight kind of throws through the strike a little bit. Okay. So if I'm facing kind of directly at the mirror here, okay, and that's say my opponent, right, who I'm facing at, who's you, okay, then my normal strikes, my 1-2 are coming up the middle, right? Okay? But my hooks, I want my body instead. Using my wide stance, I want them to be able to shift a little bit so that I can and drive my body through. So notice this is my straight strike rotation, and this is my hook rotation, where I throw my weight just a little bit to drive through and past whatever I'm hitting, okay? So boom or boom, okay? It's all still within the box of my fighting stance, right? But if I keep my feet just a little bit wide, then I'm able to push back and forth within my stance just a little bit and still be stable, okay? So that's what I want to do when I throw that hook, is I let my body kind of cross across a little bit. And I throw my weight through so that I can knock their teeth out rather than just getting something that kind of clips on from the side and around a little bit, okay? So keep working on either the left or the right hook. Good, keep going. Nice work. All right, everybody. Great, so let's put it into the combo now. So we already know our 1 and our 2, my jab and my cross. So we're gonna go jab, cross, lead hook, drop, or 1, 2, 3, 2. All right. So go ahead and just start working on putting this together, and then we'll refine it as we go. Let's go. Go ahead and get some movement in there as well, whether it's in and out or angles, but keep your feet moving.
No more ends and no more trends and photos. Hold the shit, hold the fire, boy, it's me. Hold the brick, nigga, come beaming, bro. Clean as fuck, other side, chill for niggas, making like the clipping niggas, helping niggas, tip top clipping niggas, distance, side to side. Give the nigga, if we honest, you gon' miss a nigga, twist it with him, twist it, your bitch might kiss a nigga, which nigga, get specific, big ass pot, wrist busy, yo, listen shit, yo, if it isn't, this cost me titty, it's scar your face, the wrong with wrongs, it's called a case, both niggas, they mob like Carter State, from far away, I'm a nigga's like, damn, live a life above a reason, just can't find it like it doesn't. People catch that.
Okay, guys, time. So, now we're just gonna start dissecting this combo a little bit. This is a very standard but very clean and great combo because of the way everything sets up. But with all combos, the pace of it, or not even necessarily the pace, but the timing of it is all very important. It doesn't even necessarily have to be right, as your throwing strikes. As we'll work later, we're going to be doing a situation where we go 1, 2, 3, and then we have a little pause, and then we come back in with a body hook. And that's a case where it's still timing, but it's in a different way than pace. But we have to make sure that whatever we're doing in the pocket there, we're able to keep it up and keep power behind all of it the whole time. So that means that the fundamentals are very, very important here, okay? Which means stance, which means rotation, which means hands up, right? Okay? And keeping all of those in working motion, okay? So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna do 5 of each of the strikes as we go, okay? So we're gonna do 5 ones, 5 twos, 5 threes, and then 5 twos. And the purpose of this is for you to find, or at least practice, your most powerful one of each of those, okay? Rather than having kind of half powerful ones all in between, right? So let's go ahead and work that, and then you can just start it over when you get to the end of that combo, okay?
You got to vanish. Oh, just don't forget me. Love me for the moment. Love me like a sibling. We ain't that important. Vice comes in the kitchen. Ooh, we're Apollonia. Ride was making chicken. We done to
All right, time. Great work, everybody. If you need to get some water, go ahead. But we're going to be slowing down for this next little bit. So. Okay. So, really, these drills that we're working in terms of punching and combos, they can be applied to any combo drill, obviously, and any punch that you're working. So that one there, right? If you're wanting to have a couple really solid bursts or chunks of strikes in your arsenal that you can pull out at any time, then you dive into individual ones like this and you strengthen all the little bits of it, right? So we're strengthening our 1 and not letting the 2 and the 3 be the only focal points of that combo there, right? So the next thing we're going to be working, which again we can work with any combo, is going to be the flow and how these tie together, okay? So all we're going to be doing is doing them super slow, but just like with those 1s and 2s, making sure that as each one recoils, the other one is passing it midway, right? That my recoil of any one of my punches is the introduction of my other one. And the recoil of that one introduces this one, and the recoil of that one introduces that one, okay? All while keeping my hands up and still trying to execute, boom, that bit of weight shift with my hook too, right? So having strong, springy legs to come back from that weight shift and drive back into my two, that's all gonna be very important here, okay? So we're just gonna take that at a real slow pace. Just keep it going continuously, basically, okay? So as one ends, you just go right into the next one, okay? So nice and smooth and slow. Make sure they all tie together seamlessly. Take it at whatever pace you want, okay? Go. All right, looks great, everybody. Okay, so I'll go ahead and call time here. We're gonna add on to this this combo now, okay? It looks like there's a good amount of lag. Let me real quick get a charger for that phone. Okay. So here's the combo we're going to be working on, y'all. Before we had 1, 2, 3, 2. Okay. Now what we're going to have is 1, 2, 3. We're going to tuck in and load up for a low 3. Then we hit a low 3, 2, and then we move. Okay. So I'll show you that again. 1, 2, 3, load up, 3, 2, move. Okay? So we've already had all of those tools in our disposal except that low hook, but that's just the same thing. Just from that high hook, I kind of drop a little bit and load up on my legs, and then I hit 3, 2, and then I move. Okay? So I'll show you a couple times on the back here, and then we can start just working on your own, and just flag me down if you have questions. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. Right? 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. Okay? Okay? So work that on your own and pick up the speed as you go. Nice, guys. Keep it up.
I'm gonna tell you the story, man. A few years ago, I mean, my pops, Sylvia, and my pops said, He listened to it from bottom when he came back to me. So, said,
All right, time. Okay, so we're gonna finish out with just a final burn here. So we're gonna be doing 2 of those combos at a time. So we do 2 combos, 10 squats, 2 combos, 10 push-ups, 2 combos, 10 crunches, right? Abs, okay? So squats, push-ups, crunches, just 2 combos in between, right? Hit them hard, throw your weight into it, and then we'll be finished up, okay? Any questions here? Thumbs up? Sweet. Okay. All right, ready for my go? And let's go.
God show me the way, cause the devil's trying to break you down. You know what the Midwest is, my connection. Somebody tell you, Kanye West is. I walk through the valley of the shadow where death is. Top Lord, if you alone, leave you breathless. Try to catch it, kind of hard, and so far to catch it. This question, so ask like you for breakfast, huh? Y'all need piece of shit. What's the basis? We ain't going nowhere but got suits and cases. A trunk full of coke, rental car from Avis. My mama used to say, only Jesus can save us. Well, mama, I know I act the fool, but I'll be going to November. I got packs to move. My whole God show me the way, because the devil's trying to break me down.
Woo! All right, guys. You guys all got through all 3? Right on. Okay. Cool. Well, any last questions or thoughts?
Yeah, real quick, that last one, when you're moving, are you like ducking? Is that kind of like a duck and move, or just a move to get to the side of the opponent?
Yeah, honestly, like if I'm in tight with somebody, a lot of times if I'm gonna try to scoot out to the side, whether it's big or small, I'm a lot of times trying to go under or something like that if we're swinging. Because if they're swinging, a lot of times they're probably going for your head anyway. So as you're moving, can be a good idea as long as you're defending.
Thanks.
Yeah, good question.